Hi class, welcome to Medical Terminology. My name is Ronna Kraus and I'm going to be your professor this semester. This video is really to introduce you to the course, take you on a little tour, and help you get settled in your virtual class. And so let's start with announcements. I'm going to send you announcements every Sunday, Monday, and then I will also be sending out additional extra credit opportunities, typically on Wednesdays, and these are just cool things that I find. So they might be related directly to medical terminology, they might be related to medicine or health, given the fact that with all the classes in health sciences, these are also interrelated, that I think it's important that we look at the broad scope. And so it might not look directly related, but that's okay because we're here to learn. All right. Faculty information. Here is my information. Please keep these due dates, please keep these times in consideration when you are emailing me. I want your emails and I'm going to respond as soon as possible. But if you're hoping I'm going to be assisting you late at night, I probably won't be available. So you really want to keep this in mind when looking at due dates. I'm not in the office right now, obviously COVID and all, but I am more than happy to set up a time with you through Skype, Zoom, phone, email, whatever you need. And so please definitely reach out to me. Here is your course resources. Your textbook comes with your class, as does Connect. It is super simple to register for Connect. All you need to do is go into your Connect orientation, which I'll show you, and you sign up with your CWI email, you create a password, and you are done, and you never have to do it again. Piece of cake. If you need any help with anything, this is the first place to go. In this class, we have something called CTE Skills. These are videos, midterm, A&P videos that will assist you with the content that we're learning. Here is how you register for CTE Skills. It'll take you like 1 second. In this course, we do weighted grades. You will know what your grade is in this class every minute of every day as long as everything is graded. It takes sometimes, a lot of your work is in Connect, and sometimes it can take a day for your work to move over. And sometimes I even have to manually sync the class myself. So don't panic, but always feel free to reach out to me if you see that there's something awry. Please read the quiz and exam policy before you ask me questions like when can I see the answers and things like that. I've outlined all of this here for you, and so you want to read through that as well. Here's a link to CTE Skills. You'll also have links in your weekly folder, and let's talk about those weekly folders. I like my classes to be one-stop shop, meaning I don't want you to have to go a bunch of places to get to your work. We will work in weekly folders, and even though I have some other buttons down here, I will create links to always be available to you in weekly folders. You are in a Carnegie Credit course, which means you will spend a minimum of 7.5 hours a week on this course content. Every week you will find looks relatively the same in my class. I do this very specifically because we are learning a new language. There's a lot you need to memorize. There's a lot you need to be able to utilize. And I think routine and consistency is one of the best ways to do that in order for you to be successful. In addition, in order to learn a new language, you have to immerse yourself. This means you should be doing my class every day. You should not be blowing my class off because you will not retain this. And you have to retain this because you want to sit for some type of certification. You're going on to be a nurse, you're going on to be a physical therapist, whatever it might be. You need this content past my class. And so I created a class for you in mind with that. And so please take my suggestions and do what I suggest, because it will lead to you being more successful, not only in my class, but in the long term, which is really important. This is approximately the time breakdown that you'll be spending in this course. Again, here is an auto glossary. Auto glossary gives you access to all the words. So if you're ever curious about pronunciations, you will actually be making video pronunciations every week, starting in week 2. And so here is one resource that you have to always check to make sure you're pronouncing words correctly. For medical terminology, you have to be able to read it, you have to be able to spell it, you have to be able to break it down, you have to be able to define it, and you have to be able to say it. And then you have to be able to reverse all that. So you have to hear it and be able to spell it correctly. You have to see it in a novice term and understand what is being talked about at that point. And so that's kind of the resources that I've provided you. Okay, so week 1, it's pretty simple and straightforward. And this is a very good example of how every week will be set up. You will always have learning outcomes up here. These help guide your learning. They show you what to study for to take an exam and so on. I have a little tutorial here on succeeding in your online course, and I have a few videos for you and a PowerPoint for you. I don't narrate my PowerPoints because I feel like it would be exceedingly boring to listen to a narrated PowerPoint, which is why I utilize CTE Skills, because I think it's much more fun when it can be brought to life a little bit versus, listening to someone talk over a PowerPoint, which gets boring. And so you will see here we have our Learn Smart or Smart Book, and in your Connect orientation, you'll learn how to utilize that, and you can see all the assignments with Chapter 1. Now, I want to take you into more common folder. So let's go to week 3. You'll notice you have 2 due dates. I'm sorry, here, let me go back. So 2 things. You will see on the outside of every folder, you have due dates. This is just to help keep you on track. This is the same information that can be found in your syllabus and your schedule. So I, of course, encourage you to read your syllabus completely and thoroughly. And then here is your schedule. And everything is outlined so you can totally manage your time successfully for this class. I don't throw new work out there or anything like that. And so about week 3 is when we start the organ systems. This is actually the integumentary system. And so starting with week 3, this is when everything becomes alike, that you will do every week, and it will fall into the same routine, which will help you develop healthy habits as far as what assignments you're doing every day. You can see here's some A&P videos for you. Here's a PowerPoint for you. Beginning with week 3, you will have a spelling quiz every week, and you will have a chapter quiz. Here are the Connect activities, and I don't want you to panic and you say, oh my gosh, there's so many activities. I do this very specifically for a reason, and students actually really like this. You can, rather than give you one great big activity with a ton of questions, I break them down by the section so you can start learning that section, because all of this will build on each other. And so you will see that these sections are due by Wednesday, and then this and your quizzes are due by Sunday. This will really help you. In addition, it will just help you check the box, right? So what I'm saying is I'm saying you should do midterm every day if it's possible. So maybe you say, okay, on Mondays, I am going to do 3.1 and my Learn Smart. And on Tuesdays, I do 3.2, 3.3. Wednesdays, I do 3.4, 3.5. Thursdays, right? Do you see what I'm saying? And so you can easily chunk this work. Most of these assignments aren't that long. For example, my view is going to be a little bit different than yours. This is only 15 questions. Okay, so it's not like I'm giving you, 30 questions on each assignment. And it really depends too. As we get into a little bit like heavier material, you'll have more questions. Okay. We will be doing team pronunciations. You'll be assigned to a team. I will not be doing that until week 2, and I will provide that information for you as we get a little bit closer to week 2, because I want to give people time to add, drop, and kind of flesh themselves out a little bit before I put people on teams and have them not show up. Okay, so you are set. You know what's expected. You've gotten a course tour. I have shown you everything I think you need to know. By all means, if you have any questions, please reach out to me, and let's have an awesome semester.